Everyone, we're on the hour, so we can kick off. Good morning to you all. Okay, so the link to the slides is in the agenda, and I see that we have some notes from you, Sid, or some questions already. So we can just kick off with those.
Cool, thanks for that. What will be the diversity and inclusion performance indicators? I have a top three. I would say location factor, women in leadership, and racial diversity in the for our US employees. But I wonder what the thinking is.
We actually haven't got into the KPIs for DNIs yet, so this is a good flag and reminder to make sure we have a KPI against them.
Yeah, I think our definition of underrepresented groups got very, very vague. So I think we want to make sure we get to some clear performance indicators pretty soon.
Yeah, we can have a look at that. Where we're struggling a little bit is in terms of getting data for, it depends on how somebody identifies and if they are willing to identify as we go through capturing candidates, but let us look at that and we'll come back with something.
Oh, I thought this was for candidates and hires or both?
Well, I think we should look at it for both, right? So we have candidates that are coming in, but then we should also look at it for who we have on board, and it's easier to do it for who we have on board. Yeah,
that's a good point. We should basically have it for candidates, for hires, and for current employee base, and then we can see kind of are people applying but getting filtered out for some reason, and are we changing it for the better, because it will take some time to get better. But at this growth, if we nail the people coming in, we'll probably nail the population in 2 years. Cool. Next question. Can we get to Radford levels for stock options? Kind of every big company I know has kind of their leveling is not done with titles, but with numbers. I think Radford levels is the industry standard. Maybe we can make sure that we say in every job family, oh, this is the Radford level, and that we also use that to award stock options. And because right now, for example, for the CEO Shadow program, you're this title in this department, this title in that department. I don't think that makes a lot of sense, and it's something we're inventing. Much rather have a bit more flexibility on title, but know very well internally what the requirements are.
Okay, we can talk at Radford about that. It's not something that we've got into a conversation as yet with them. Okay.
Is people helping to add performance indicators to the job families, or is that the responsibility of the function? I think it's the responsibility of the function. But
yes, I agree.
Cool. I love the candidate source versus candidates hire definition and goal. That's great. Eric?
Yeah, I made this proposal for Q2 and it got bumped due to prioritization. I was wondering what happened in Q3. This is around content moderation and code of conversations and whatnot.
Yeah, if you have a look at, let me just pull up the slide number. It's in under the L&D part.
Page. I didn't know if it was there or not already. But
slide 3. Yeah, have a look there. I think it should cover it. It's the first iteration of it. But yes, we had agreed to push it into this quarter.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
I want to say overall, I think they're an excellent set of goals. I think it's a great presentation, and look forward to getting this all implemented. This is great.
Great, thank you. And a huge shout out to Christine. She's been a fantastic partner to us for getting this and for doing the presentation. So kudos to you, Christine. Okay. Is there anything else?
I have there is an OKR draft, right? Cool. And that's the presentation kind of jibes with that, or the...
Yeah. So the OKR draft is a summarized version of the presentation. And what we plan to do with this presentation is add it to our monthly metrics meeting, and we'll have the indicators as to how we're doing against it, whether we're on track, if it's falling behind, or if it's an urgent concern. Like we did in Q2, we plan to go through that on a monthly basis as well.
Cool. Yeah, that edit looks great. Consider for the next time, although the presentation is helpful, consider just linking us to this so you don't have to do the work 2 times, but I like it.
Okay.
It's a very select group in this meeting.
Yeah, I think it's quite early over there, though, isn't it, in the West Coast?
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock. But this got on the agenda before, so people can also just ask a question in the agenda. Christine, you're in the call. How was the experience making the OKRs?
It was good. It was great to get to work with everyone and kind of help facilitate what their KRs are to get to the OKRs and influence the KPIs. So it was a good experience.
A question on the OKRs as they are on the page right now, which is great. Some of them kind of contain commas. Are those? Did you explicitly use commas when it was one KPI? And I'll maybe give an example. Oh, that's the wrong screen. Sorry about that. So these are pretty long objectives. This is the objective, always the first thing. And these are pretty long key results. This is one. Determine intuitive and reasonable content organization by establishing guidelines for separating pages for substantial discrete sections into multiple pages, a deprecation strategy. So this is like, do we want this to be one thing? Well, okay, you can have only 3. So this is a pretty big key result.
We can look at this and make it more succinct. We have that content on the back end anyway, so we know what we're working towards, and we have that detail. But for the purpose of being on the website, we can be more succinct.
Cool, that'd be great. And then diversity and inclusion. This is the objective. And here's an end. Can we make that 2 sentences? Like have this as a key result and then have this as a key result? So
yeah,
have a dot here in between. So I'm nitpicking a bit on dots now, but I hope you don't mind.
No, that's okay. These were drafts, so I expect that they would we would need to adjust them.
This is not really an OKR, but should we, since we have a bit of extra time, should we go into the capacity plan?
We can look at it, but not. We're live on YouTube, I think. So
the OKR thing is gone, so we can stop.
Okay. And also just on the capacity plan, I think we were still waiting.
Shadows, can we stop the YouTube stream?